Have you had past events that are distressing or traumatic, or are you currently in a situation that you're having painful reactions to? If so, then eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy, or EMDR, may be for you. EMDR has proven to help with post-traumatic trauma, depression, anxiety and panic attacks, grief, performance anxiety, relationship and attachment wounds, addictions, and much more. Attempting to cope with difficult memories by just figuring it out or just talking about it usually doesn't work. What we know and understand does not match what we feel. We cannot reason away the emotional experience or resolve it by simply applying knowledge. It is the change in our actual felt experience that enables us to truly heal. So what is EMDR? EMDR is a therapy designed to resolve present-day emotional distress that is associated with unresolved, distressing, or traumatic memories from your past. These past-present memory connections are stored in what's called your brain's memory network. Through EMDR therapy, we tap into these memory networks and resolve unprocessed traumatic memories, allowing your brain to heal naturally. Over repeated sessions, your brain's response to the memory changes and eventually no longer interferes with your daily life and functions. How does it work? EMDR uses a mechanism called bilateral stimulation, like eye movements, hand buzzers, or tapping. The mechanisms behind bilateral stimulation allow you to access different aspects of your experience, enabling you to process past trauma and successfully integrate it into your memory. The therapist then guides you in revisiting and reframing this trauma, allowing you to gain insight and find healthier ways of coping with it. So why does it work exactly? The Adaptive Information Processing, or AIP model, is the foundation of EMDR therapy. We all have an innate information processing system made of memory networks. When you have unprocessed, distressing memories, this leads to problematic symptoms in your current life. Our current behaviors, perceptions, opinions, and attitudes are all associated with these memory networks. Through the AIP model, you reprocess and integrate these memories to create more adaptive thoughts and behaviors and ultimately a greater sense of well-being. Emotional distress or problems arise when memories or events are associated in ways that are not helpful or with memories that have not been fully processed. As a result, we often maintain negative cognitions or thoughts such as, I am not enough, I am unsafe, or I am unlovable. After successful treatment with EMDR, emotional distress is relieved, physiological arousal is reduced, and negative beliefs are updated so they become positive and more adaptive. Is it effective? EMDR is an evidence-based treatment, which means it's been proven to be more effective than most other types of therapy. Extensive research shows that it is one of the most effective treatments for trauma and other stressor disorders. How long will it take? The type of problem, previous trauma, and life circumstances will help you determine how many sessions you will need. The great news is that EMDR usually doesn't take that long. The way in which people think about themselves in relation to their memories can be dramatically different following EMDR. Memories start to have far less power than they did before the treatment. So, what does EMDR look like? Your therapist will work with you to identify specific problems or memories as a focus for your treatment. You do not need to share all of the details of your memories with your therapist. You and your therapist will look at the event and determine how it makes you feel about yourself in your current life, what impact it has had, and other times you have felt the same way. There are 8 phases to EMDR. The first phase is history taking and treatment planning. The therapist gets comprehensive history, identifies and prioritizes the potential targets you will work on. The second phase is client preparation. The client is taught techniques that will assist them when feeling difficult emotions. The third is assessment. The client and the therapist identify components of the target, such as emotions, belief, and somatic sensations associated to the memory. The fourth phase is desensitization. This is where you do repeated sets of bilateral stimulation. The fifth is installation. While using bilateral stimulation, your therapist will install a positive cognition to replace the negative cognition. The sixth phase is body scan, assessing for residual somatic symptoms in the body and processing them out. The seventh is debriefing and closure. In this phase, you'll return to a state of equilibrium and review self-regulation skills. The eighth and final phase is reevaluation. This is where the therapist will check the ratings and the client's experience. EMDR helps you to separate the past from the present. Upsetting memories that still cause distress in your current life will now feel like the memory is truly in the past. After just a few sessions of EMDR, you will be able to see and feel a clear separation between what you are currently struggling with and something from the past. You will have the knowing that this is not happening to me now. This is only a memory.